Gilbert and I got an email on Thursday, saying, "Hey, Gervonta Davis is going to have a press conference on Saturday at 12 p.m., which is smart, Gilbert. Obviously, you take advantage of everybody being there for the Canelo fight. So we go to the Gervonta Davis, David Benavidez, and then obviously you get David Benavidez, who's fighting at night, Canelo. So obviously we decided to kill two birds with one stone. Well, three, because we got to see Adam Hill, our boy, our compa as well. But yeah, Gilbert, you mentioned it. Great stuff. We got a lot of great content. Gervonta was out there. I was definitely interested to see that. But just Gilbert overall, I thought it was very interesting to see how everything kind of fell together, and we saw Sebastian, our compa, as well. So it was, and then who did I sit next to, Gilbert?
Oh yeah, Booker T, the Spinneroonie. I'm surprised you didn't ask him.
By the way, I know I did, but he kind of like just walked right by me. But when he was walking by, I was like, "Excuse me, peasants, move along for King Booker." And he turns and looks at me and goes, "Ah, yes, King is coming across." And then I just started laughing. I was like, some guy goes, "Why are you calling him King Booker?" I was like, "Oh, he's an ex-WWE wrestler. Like, that was his gimmick." People. And then they just started laughing. I'm like, yeah, because I was like, "Peasants, everybody move aside for King Booker." And he loved that. So, but yeah, when I asked him, "Hey, can we get you?" He's like, he just kept on walking along, and I was like, "Dang, all right."
Hey, you tried. You tried to make it happen. We appreciate that on the network, and we'll
get him soon.
We will. But I appreciate everybody here who's watching the content the last 3-4 years, or even the last 24 hours, because it's been an exciting time for Compas on the Beat, because the IG channel, or the IG profile page, got a bunch of followers over the weekend. The YouTube page, or the YouTube channel, I'm getting confused now, channel, profile, whatever. The YouTube channel is getting a lot of subscribers. We just surpassed 7,000 subscribers, 7,000 followers on IG. So if you haven't done so, go follow us on
7,500.
7,500 at Compas on the Beat. There you go. Check us out there. And it's been pretty cool to see the support, everybody watching the videos, people commenting, doing the polls. It's been pretty cool. 48 hours for the network here.
Gilbert wants to go to Hong Kong talking about polls. So obviously, that's
somebody else, or a lot of other people. I won't name names.
Hey, so if I got this correctly,
that was a good joke by you, because Tom Brady's roast. I saw the highlights, and you got to be very good with the setup and the punchline. You got to.
Oh, that's why exactly. So I mean, I'm very good at all that stuff. Sometimes my jokes aren't taken that way. I mean, I've gotten in trouble a couple of times, but hey,
just don't be like Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman a little bit.
Oh, you thought so? I thought it was all hilarious.
Well, you have to explain the joke.
Yeah. Now I lost my train of thought, but yeah, no, I definitely, the punchline has to be there. But
no pun.
I can't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, no, it was definitely a good event. Obviously, I had never experienced. I've experienced boxing in LA, boxing in Brooklyn, and boxing now in Vegas. So it's definitely been interesting, to say the least.
You might need just need Texas, and you're pretty much set, at least for the U.S. tour.
Hey, there's a fight there in July.
Get out of here.
Why?
It's not a real fight, but I guess it is a real fight, according to the eyes of the Texans.
By the way, obviously, Canelo Alvarez beats Jaime Munguia, an up-and-comer, in unanimous decision, 12th round. They won all 12 rounds. Obviously, that's a Canelo kind of MO. Like, he goes to 12 rounds. It gives you the people what they want. I had written that if Canelo was going to be asked about Benavidez, and he was going to say, well, if that's what the people want. But actually, no. I'll tell you one thing, Gilbert. He was not only defensive in the ring, he was defensive out of it. Because he was asked that question. He's like, well, everybody always says that I ducked boxers, but I've fought them all, everybody that they put in front of me. But then you talk to David Benavidez, and he said, no, he's been dodging me for 3 years now, and they keep on making up all these fake rules that I have to do. So it's kind of like, okay, so who's right? Who's the one telling the truth when it comes to both of you? Because Canelo says, by the way, I don't think Canelo's going to fight him in September. I think Canelo's going to be eyeing that fight later in December and against Terence Crawford, if I'm being completely honest. So I don't know if Canelo fights September weekend because that weekend or Mexican Independence. By the way, yesterday was a fake holiday, so for all these morons saying "Happy Independence Day to Mexico, great job," blah, 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 I'm like, you guys are morons. Go look up what happened
Burial of
on
the
Cinco
week.
de Mayo. Yeah, no, and every year it's the same burial that I've had for years now, but on this around this day. So go look up what actually happened. But that weekend is going to be the Sphere UFC 306 or something like that. It's going to be Sugar Shane O'Malley, Sugar Sean O'Malley against Islam supposedly. So I just don't know if Canelo's gonna want to compete with that.
I don't know if I believe those rumors just yet, Fernando, but you got to hold on to your horses. You went from Cinco
I
de
know,
Mayo
my bad.
to Mexican
I'm
Independence
jumping
weekend.
around.
Can I at
I'm
least
jumping
talk about
around.
the fight before you talk about what's next?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
can I drop some
So yeah. So I'm gonna set it up for you. So obviously, Canelo was at the beginning. Jaime Munguia kind of first 3-4 rounds, and then the knockdown happened in the fourth round, and it's kind of that's where I think the the balloon burst, and then Canelo kind of took control. But Gilbert, what did you see from their fight on Saturday?
it went as I expected. I thought maybe Munguia would do a little more damage, but you could tell by the second half of the fight that he just didn't have enough power. I knew he didn't have the strongest punch, but I figured, you know what, his punch volume, his solid chin, just being aggressive, come for a fighter, and being younger, and maybe a little bigger than Canelo. I thought it could make it an interesting fight. And he came out pretty strong in the first 3 rounds, and then there was a couple of times where he's touching up Canelo, but Canelo's a counter puncher. He has great timing, and I kept seeing. I don't like when people do the cross sporting thing, but everybody kept talking about doesn't have the same fastball, but he's doing more changeups. Well, to get away from baseball terms, like he knows how to pick apart people, body shots, the uppercut, hooks, anything you could think of. He has it, and that's why I always give Canelo two credits on two areas: the best chin in the game and the best combos in the game. People, other than Gervonta Davis, nobody has an uppercut like Canelo Alvarez, and that uppercut got him in the fourth round, right hand, and then he still had a body punch to add insult to injury. So he's just on a different level. I love that it was a brawl, Cinco de Mayo, and Canelo added another meme or viral video. I'm Mexican. I do what I want. I run this show here. So I love that from Canelo. He might not be the same fighter, but when it comes to 168 pounds, he is the best of the best. When you get up to 175, Bivol, David Benavidez, that's a different story. 168, nobody's touching that guy. And Fernando, if David Benavidez comes down to 168, I'm telling you right now, he won't win. He's going to be drained. Too much of a weight cut. He's going up to 175, and that is my concern right there. But Canelo 168, he's a king.
His own made up division. He's king. That's
It's not
100%
made
right.
up. It's super middleweight. That's a real division. Now we're talking about a catch weight. That's made up. But I am
Yeah, yeah.
concerned that David Benavidez, he couldn't wait. And you can ask me that question if you want. He couldn't wait at 168, and he just got too heavy, got too big. Now he's at 175, 174. So I am worried about the weight classes.
I did see. I was kind of. I mean, no diddy. I was kind of checking him out to see like what body size, everything. I'm like, yeah, no, this guy's way too. Because even Munguia was taller than Canelo. Like he is longer and everything. I'm like, yeah, no, I just don't see it happening. Delbert, we actually have something on that.
That's actually
Real
a good
quick,
point.
Ivan. Hola, Ivan. He said, please post on Spotify. We will. We will get that done. We appreciate
Yeah,
you.
we've been lagging it. Sorry, but I'm not gonna deny that. We've been lagging
Yeah,
on
yeah,
audio.
yeah. Canelo will never give Benavidez the satisfaction. Did you see the monster great finish at the Kentucky Derby? Oh, at the Kentucky Derby. I'm over here jumping around talking about boxing fights that are going to happen later, and we're talking about the Kentucky. The national anthem was better than the undercard.
Hey, Fernando, you did not experience the double, or I guess it would be one anthem because I don't know what Ryan Garcia claims, but mostly United States, not Mexico. But you would have got the anthem in Brooklyn. They skipped the anthem. That's how
Yeah, they didn't
behind
do
they
it for
were.
either
I was like,
one.
what the hell? This is boxing. This is a big
Yeah.
main event. Give me the damn anthem. I'm not on deadline. Give me the anthem. They didn't give it to us. Vegas always does it right. You got the
Yeah.
double anthem, the Mexico anthem, and the United States, and that's some of the best time. And when I cover this sport, as a sports journalist, there's no better feeling than that double anthem. You hate the deadline, but you love it for the chills and the excitement. You got to pinch yourself like, oh crap, we're here at a fight night.
I was watching when Mikades was doing the national anthem. I was looking around and I could see I knew what I was gonna see. Everybody, the whole stadium, Mexicanos al grito de guerra, and then it went silent because nobody knows what
After
the
that
hell
part,
goes
right?
on
Yeah.
after that. And then obviously the y retiemblan sus
Yeah.
centros,
They come
and then
back to,
everybody was chanting, and then it goes
and
down.
it's
I'm
like, is
like,
it like this or like
I'm,
this?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, you guys are a damn wave. You guys know the catchphrases, but you guys don't know the stuff that comes after that. But yeah, no, I definitely I'm interested to see what happens next because obviously there's rumors now. It said my ESPN put out Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is being potentially eyed for December/January by His Excellency whatever Turkey a la
I don't know if it's Turkey, but yeah,
uh,
I can. There you go.
Turkey. I'm working to deliver Canelo, but it will be a big fight for Crawford. I'll discuss the names with him.
Yeah.
So, I don't see Canelo going to Saudi to go fight. I think it would have to be here. But yeah, that's the thing. They would have to
They have
hit
the
like
biggest purse in all
yeah,
of combat
yeah.
sports.
No. That's the thing. They would have to hit like probably 3 to get Canelo to go all the way out
300
there.
million?
I think so.
Oh,
2 or 3.
he would definitely take that. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember, he said, "Hey, if you give me 200 million to fight Benavidez, I'll do it."
I'm interested to see what the crowd would look like, though. And I mean, we're obviously jumping out, but do you think if that happens December or January, do you think he fights
Yeah.
in between, or do you think he just
Mm,
or do you think he kind of just
okay. Okay. You know what? Here's what you got me thinking a little more. I don't like the Terence Crawford fight. Yes,
neither do I.
they're both superstars, but one is
Canelo would,
campaigning at 147 and then was
yeah,
168. That's 21-pound difference. What the hell? There's
yeah,
weight class for a reason. I get that fights for casuals, but not for me. And like, what the hell? Like, I still will, put my money on Canelo Alvarez. I don't care what, he's not gonna, like, when you get
yeah.
heavy, like when you're bigger, it's hard for you to come down. That's why everybody's complaining about Ryan Garcia being drained
I
for
would know.
Javante. Like, you could, okay, there you go, Fernando, and you've done a good job about that. But to go up, it's a little easier, but then your power doesn't carry. You're messing with a bigger guy. And I get that Terence Crawford now wants to go to 154, and he's still kind of a small dude for 154, but he dominated 147. And to put it this way, Fernando, Canelo started his career in the U.S. at 154. That was like 2012,
Thanks to
2010.
Oscar.
It's a long time. Yeah, thanks to Oscar. Give him credit. Put some respect on my name. Then he went to middleweight. We remember the trilogy with Gennady Golovkin. That was at 160. And now he's the undisputed champion at 168. And even a guy like Benavidez, he kept saying he couldn't wait. And, you know, I'll kind of touch on that real quick. The Benavidez thing, like, I get that he's saying I've done my part for 3 years, but he also had another thing in his response. He said, I get it's politics. It's politics, bro. You haven't built up your name enough to be a household name. And people are starting to talk now. And people give Canelo a lot of crap for waiting a little too long with Golovkin. But other than that, I'm with him. He's fought everybody that's come across his way. And yeah, maybe he's been if you go a couple years too late. I think right now it's perfect. There's no ducking involved. It's just the weight class. And can he come down? Same thing with Canelo. Can he come down for Terence Crawford? I don't know. But here's what I was thinking when you said about January or December.
It gives
If
him
they,
enough time to. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
if they give Canelo Edgar Berlanga, you asked me who the hell is Edgar Berlanga? He's a Puerto Rican
Yeah,
New Yorker
I
who
did
has
some research on him.
he has some good pop in the East Coast. He's not really a big name household, but he hangs out with Fat Joe. People in New York love him. And I told you about this. If you put Munguia and Berlanga and their skills as one fighter, they'll be very good. But Berlanga has the power. He doesn't have the punching volume that Munguia has. He's a little slow. He's like Frankenstein. He's a big dude. He kind of was new to the boxing game, but the guy has power. Think about Deontay Wilder with the power but no skills. I don't know if his power is Deontay Wilder, but Canelo will take the kid to school. He does have the pop. That when you got pop like that, you always got a chance in the boxing game. But if Canelo takes Edgar Berlanga to school in September, and then you're like, cool, I came out clean, no injuries, and you want to take that money, that Saudi money, fight Terence Crawford for the hell of it, because he's a guy small, I can see that happening, Fernando. I see that route, those two fights,
Then
more than
Benavidez.
Benavidez.
Excuse me.
You okay? You're
Yeah,
like,
my
oh,
bad.
I don't want to see that.
No. Deontay Wilder loves us. So yeah, that
Yeah.
you said Deontay Wilder. I'm like, friend of the show. Yeah, I wonder if that fight's gonna happen. I just the Benavidez one I just don't see happening just because of everything that you've laid out.
Yeah, and it's the weight class for me. I don't know where they will do it.
The problem is that Canelo's kind of at this point now where he's kind of you've beaten everybody down there, you've
Yeah.
beaten a lot of people up there. I'm not saying you've completely because obviously Bivol and you know what's funny, Canelo was walking after he said the comment about that Oscar De La Hoya looked beautiful. He was a beautiful girl. Somebody asked him if he would want to fight Bivol, and he's like, "That's one of my
He
plans."
said, "Yeah, I can see
And
Bivol being." Well, I guess what was the question? I think. Well, the hiccup for that one
would
was
you
like
want a rematch with Bivol? And he said, "That's a plan, or that's the plan,
Canelo
or
supposedly says he wants that fight on the same terms. That was 175. That's when he finally got a little too cocky, went high
yeah."
up, and it bit him in the ass. But Bill was saying like I kicked his ass so bad at 175. It's not a challenge for me. I'd rather come down to 168. So
That
maybe
would be interesting.
maybe at that point, Canelo was like, okay,
Then
forget it. You
Canelo beats them, and then
you
they can
come
have a
down.
trilogy and have Canelo go back up to one. They're going
And
to be playing this.
that's the thing I hate about boxing. For now, people make
Yeah.
excuses all the time. If Benavidez comes out at 168 and he loses, well, he was too drained. He couldn't make it. Canelo needs to go up. And then Canelo goes up and he loses, and it's kind of like, well, I was too small. Like, why would I take this fight? I'm dumb. Excuses all the time. That's why I like the fights when they're both in the same weight class, ready to go in your prime. That does not get any better. But the Benavidez one and Canelo, it's a little complicated. But if Canelo goes up, I want all that talk about him being a duck and avoiding people. Shut the hell up. He's going up to 175 and fighting one of the best guys in the game.
One of the complaints that I have of boxing is everybody tells the loser congratulations. He lost. What are you congratulating him about?
Who, Munguia?
Yeah, everybody was like, felicidades. Yeah. For what? He lost. What are we doing?
Fernando, that's your American side talking. Mexicans love the guy who just punches like crazy.
Yeah,
they don't care to get their ass whooped, but if you're out there showing heart, that's all they care about.
Canelo had some nuggets on his face. You could tell. Like he had a couple on the left side. He did have a couple of nuggets. By the way, speaking of people who make excuses and dodge and do all that stuff, Gilbert, did you see what happened Saturday night in Vegas? I believe this was Saturday night. Get a load of this. Speaking of excuses.
What? Oh, I did not see this.
It's Devin Haney and Tank exchanging words outside of a club or whatever.
That's Devin Haney's brother again. I remember him running his mouth in the video that we got.
Yeah. So they're over here talking crap, and I can't believe there's no volume. Whoever took this video, you are disappointed.
Maybe there was music and it's copyright.
Oh, thank God. Okay, then never mind. But supposedly that wasn't the other that like I wonder what's going on there because obviously I don't think he's gonna come up. Oh, here we go. Somebody freaking has it. God bless.
Okay.
All right, I have it. My bad, Vic.
Beep, beep.
I don't care. Oh, I sorry for losers like TikTok. I apologize for the words that are about to be used. Here's your disclaimer. Oh, what? Okay, you couldn't understand a damn word that they were saying. But still, I wanted to see what
I don't know why Devin Haney's talking so much, man. Like,
by the way, did you see this though? Sorry, Vic. I'm doing it again. Look at this. This is Gervonta with Devin Haney's car.
Wait, what? What's he say? Oh, okay. Don't read that.
He put I can't read that. Can't stop shit and we on their side. So it's Gervonta and I don't know who this is. He's leaning on Devin Haney's Gervonta. Tell them how I made you and you dip out and I'm on y'all side of town. That a cold bitch. Bro, don't tell me we're gonna get this fight because I don't want it. I think it'd be funny to see how Bill Haney would spin it. But at the same time, I don't.
They will spin it that Ryan Garcia was too big, and Tank is a small dude, even though his name is Tank. By the way, I got confused with Tank and Frank Martin. You would think the guy named Frank is the Tank, Frank the Tank.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's actually a good one.
Anyway, with the Devin Haney thing, Ryan Garcia was just too big and strong. Tank is stronger than Ryan Garcia, but he's smaller, so that could be the way you could sell it. But I think Devin Haney needs to have a tuna fight to shows like he's recovered, but I don't know.